There's a brand new niche on YouTube blowing up so fast that channels launched only months ago are already pulling in millions of views. This creator right here has already hit over 17 million views and gained 87,000 subscribers. Their videos, long-form dramatic audio stories, are racking up insane watch time and views almost instantly. And here's the crazy part. While subscriber counts might still be growing relative to those massive view numbers, this niche is so powerful that their videos are getting huge reach right out of the gate. That's why today, I'm going to show you the entire process for creating your own faceless channel in this exact style, powered by AI tools that do most of the heavy lifting for you. And trust me, you'll learn strategies that almost nobody talks about when it comes to long-form content. Here's what's happening. I just found this niche spreading across YouTube, and the concept is surprisingly simple, but incredibly effective. These videos tell addictive, long-form stories about relationships, betrayal, and revenge, often set in wealthy circles. They tap into deep-seated human emotions, acting like modern audio soap operas. They generate insane watch time, which is exactly why YouTube pushes them out to millions. Now, some of you might think these videos can't be monetized because they use AI voices or simple visuals. That's not the case if you do it right. I'll walk you through the full process step by step, including high-quality AI narration, strategic visual selection, and an original structure, which makes these videos fully eligible for monetization. This is about building a sustainable, long-form income stream. Before we create anything, we need to set up our brand and figure out our stories. We'll use ChatGPT, our smart assistant, for this first part. First, the channel name. A strong name is essential. It tells people what to expect. We need something that sounds dramatic and emotional, maybe hinting at money or secrets, fitting the kinds of stories we'll tell. I'll ask ChatGPT for some name ideas for a channel doing these long relationship dramas. We want something easy to remember, something that hints at secrets or getting even. A list gives us choices. Okay, looking at these, the AI has given us some good ideas. This one, Velvet Vengeance, sounds powerful. It has the right dramatic feel. We'll pick that one. Why take time for this? Because your name is the first thing people see and helps them decide whether to click. Now, the logo, your channel's face. It needs to fit our dramatic theme. Simple enough to see clearly as a small picture, but still feel emotional. I'm not making the picture yet, just the instructions for making it. I'll ask ChatGPT to write detailed instructions, a prompt, for an AI image tool. These instructions will describe ideas that represent secrets or broken trust, maybe a drawing of a broken locket, a single dying rose, or a fancy mask icon. Asking for a clean style that works for branding, but still feels dramatic. Writing good instructions now means our final logo will perfectly match the channel's feeling. So simply after this, just ask ChatGPT to generate it with ALLE. I'll skip ahead to when this is done. As you can now see, we have a clean logo for us to use. With the brand idea ready, we move to the most important part, story ideas that actually work. Guessing is a waste of time. We use data. I'll go straight to the Masked Bonds YouTube channel, or another popular channel in this style. What are we doing? Collecting information. I'll carefully look through their videos, finding the ones with the most views. I'll copy these successful titles. With this list of winning titles, we go back to ChatGPT. I'll paste the whole list. The instructions I give ChatGPT need to be clear. I'll tell it to act like a writer who understands drama and YouTube. It must look at the list and find the common themes, the way the stories are usually told, the common words used, what makes people feel things, and where the stories usually happen. We need the AI to really understand the recipe for these popular stories. Why study them so closely? Because understanding why they work is the only way to reliably make our own successful stories. Once ChatGPT understands that recipe, I'll instruct it to generate 10 new original story concepts as compelling titles, following the exact formula we identified: betrayal, high stakes, wealthy settings, and female empowerment. This uses the competitor's proven success to create fresh, high-probability ideas. Let's see what it generates. Yes, this one captures the essence perfectly. It fits the style exactly. We'll use this concept. Now, for the main asset, the long-form script. This needs to hold attention for an hour or more. Using our selected title, I'll instruct ChatGPT to write the full, detailed story, aiming for around 9,000 words. Crucially, I'll provide clear structural requirements, a compelling beginning, an inciting incident, detailed rising action building tension, a powerful climax, and a satisfying resolution. I'll also demand a descriptive, novelistic writing style with internal monologue. These detailed instructions are essential for generating a rich narrative, not just a basic summary. If you want the exact instructions I use, they're free in my Telegram channel, linked below. So, in order to get the tags and video description, we want to head to vidIQ using the link in the description. I'll navigate to their AI coach or title generator tool. I'll paste in our core topic, vidIQ, leveraging its vast dataset of YouTube performance. We'll now generate multiple optimized title variations, a key description designed to rank, a list of relevant tags, and even conceptual ideas for the thumbnail. Let's review what it gives us. Using a dedicated SEO tool like Video at this stage is crucial. It ensures the content we create actually gets found. We'll save these optimized elements, the title, description, and tags, for when we upload the final video. Okay, let's quickly mention monetization, especially for TikTok if you use clips from these long videos. If you plan to use clips and you're in a country not included in the creativity program, earning money directly can be hard. To help with this, I provide TikTok accounts. You can find details in the description. With our long, dramatic script ready, it's time to create the things people will actually see and hear. Getting these right is key, especially for keeping listeners hooked for over an hour. First up, the voiceover. This is probably the most important part for this type of channel. For this, 11 Labs is the best tool. I'll copy our long story script from ChatGPT. Now, because the script is so long, I might need to copy and paste it into 11 Labs in a few parts, depending on their limits. Once the text is in, the crucial step is choosing the right voice. We need a real storyteller here, someone who can make the words feel real and emotional. I'll look through the voice library, maybe using the storytelling filter. I'm listening for a voice, maybe a mature female voice, that sounds clear, warm, and can handle the dramatic parts without overdoing it. I'll generate the entire audio narration, potentially merging parts if generated separately, and download the high-quality file. Now, before we generate the visuals, we need a detailed shot list. The original channels often use very simple or even static images, which can get boring over an hour. We're going to elevate this. Back in ChatGPT, I'll use a new, powerful instruction. I'll ask the AI to read the entire long-form story script it previously generated. Then, for nearly every sentence or key moment, it needs to generate a unique, detailed, and cinematic image description suitable for Leonardo.ai. These descriptions must visualize the specific action, setting, or emotion described in that part of the text. I'll specify the desired style, maybe photorealistic, cinematic painting, or dramatic illustration, ensuring consistency. This step transforms our text script into a dense visual storyboard, potentially hundreds of descriptions long. This meticulous planning is what will make our video far more engaging than the competition. With potentially hundreds of image descriptions ready, we head to Leonardo.ai. This is the most labor-intensive part, requiring focus. I'll take the first image description from ChatGPT and paste it into Leonardo's prompt box. I'll select a model known for the desired style, maybe lucid origin for realism. I'll set the aspect ratio to 16:9 for standard YouTube longform. I'll review it carefully. Does it match the description and the story beat? If yes, download it. If not, I'll tweak the description slightly and regenerate. Now, I will repeat this process for every single image description generated by ChatGPT. This step is the foundation of our visually rich story. If I skip ahead, you can see I have some here. Now, this next step is how we'll make our content even better than the original channel. The original channels often just use still images. That's boring. We're going to add subtle motion to bring our story to life, making it far more captivating. For this, we use Kling.ai. I'll open Kling and go to the image to video section. I'll upload the first image generated in Leonardo. For the motion instruction, the key is subtlety. We're adding atmosphere, not creating action movies. I'll type something minimal based on the image. The goal is just enough movement to prevent the scene from feeling static. I'll set the duration relatively short, perhaps 3 to 5 seconds per image. We'll adjust timing precisely in the edit. Ensure the aspect ratio is 16:9, set quality to high, and generate. I'll preview the subtle animation and download the clip. Now, I will repeat that each image gets uploaded to Kling, given a simple, appropriate motion instruction, generated, reviewed, and downloaded. This transforms our static storyboard into a sequence of short, subtly animated scenes. This dedication to adding motion is what will elevate our channel above the competition. Finally, the the background music. It needs to be subtle and atmospheric, underpinning the story's emotional tone without ever becoming intrusive, especially over a long duration. I'll head to Envato elements. I need a long track or several tracks that can be easily blended, matching the dramatic arc of our story. I'll search for terms like dramatic_long, melancholic piano ambient, suspenseful tension bed, or minimalist tension loop. I need something that can play for over an hour without becoming repetitive or annoying. Look for tracks with minimal melodic variation, focusing on texture and mood. Download the chosen music. Before we put this together, a key strategic point. Building a channel around long-form content like this requires a different skill set than shorts. How do you script stories that hold attention for 60+ minutes? How do you optimize titles and thumbnails specifically for binge-watching behavior? How do you leverage long watch times for faster channel growth and higher ad revenue? These are the specific strategies for building sustainable, long-form content businesses that we delve into inside my private community, Wi-Fi Uni. If you're ready to master the long-form game, the link is below. Alright, let's put this all together and build our immersive story video. We'll use CapCut, focusing entirely on making the audio experience amazing while keeping the visuals minimal. First, import everything you've gathered. Your full 11 Labs voiceover. Make sure any parts are in the right order. The looping background video from Envato, and the atmospheric background music. Before you add anything else, make sure your project is set up correctly. Go to the aspect ratio settings and choose 16:9. This is the standard size for regular YouTube videos, so get your canvas right from the start. Now, we build the most important layer, the audio foundation. Drag your 11 Labs voiceover segments onto the main audio track. Line them up perfectly. Now, listen through very carefully. You need to make sure the story flows without any awkward jumps between the parts you generated. Trim out any extra long pauses between paragraphs, but keep the natural pauses within sentences. Why? Unlike fast shorts, for these long stories, we want a comfortable, natural rhythm, like someone reading a book. Getting this audio perfect is key because it's what keeps people listening for an hour or more. With the voiceover sounding smooth, let's add the background music. Drag the music track onto a layer below the voiceover. Find a good starting point, maybe fade it in gently. Now, here's a critical step. Immediately the music volume way down. Start somewhere between -25 decibels and -35 decibels. Now, for the visual part, which we're keeping deliberately simple. Drag your chosen looping background video onto the main video track. With our sound and simple background in place, let's add captions. Even for long videos people just listen to, captions are important for people who might watch with the sound low, or who just find it easier to follow along with text. Use CapCut's Auto Captions feature. It will listen to your voiceover and write out the words. Choose a clear, easy-to-read font. A standard one like Arial or Inter is usually best for reading lots of text. Use a simple style that stands out. White text with a thin black outline or a very soft shadow works well. Now, the important part for a long video, check the captions for mistakes. AI isn't perfect, and errors in the text can really pull someone out of the story. Make sure they are accurate. Position them neatly in the lower part of the screen. Finally, we add just a tiny bit of polish. Go to the Effects tab and find the black noise effect. Drag it over the entire video timeline. Then, add an adjustment layer over everything. You probably don't need to change much, but you could make tiny tweaks to brightness or contrast, maybe making the background slightly darker so the white captions are even easier to read over the long viewing time. Now, it's time to export the video. Click the Export button, choose 1080p resolution, and make sure the 16:9 aspect ratio is selected. Once it's exported, the upload process needs care, especially for getting these long videos discovered. This is where using a tool like Video alongside YouTube Studio becomes really helpful. Remember those optimized titles, descriptions, and tags we generated with VidIQ based on our story concept? Now we use them. For the title, choose the strongest, most curiosity-driven option that VidIQ suggested or that you created based on the successful channel's formula. It needs to hook people into a long story. For the description, use the keyword-rich summary that we got from vidIQ, and you want to do the same with the tags also. For the tags, add the relevant keywords vidIQ suggested or that you researched, covering the story's themes, revenge, drama, relationships, etc. For the thumbnail, create something simple but high contrast. Maybe use a moody background image. You could even generate one with AI based on a key scene, combined with bold, intriguing text from the title. It needs to grab attention among other video suggestions, and that's the complete system.
They say perfection has a sound. For me, it was the quiet chime of baccarat crystal, the low murmur of laughter, echoing through a mansion I'd learned to walk through on tiptoe.
The truth is, building a profitable YouTube channel often requires less complexity than you think, but it always requires the right strategy. The right strategy is what I've mastered inside my community. My channel isn't that big, but I've learned secrets that have allowed it to grow to what it is today and become my full-time income. It's all there. That's all for today's video. Bye.